Winter's hit, so I'm in the mood for soup, and this one is delectable. It's a bacon and pearl barley soup, so really rich, deep flavours to keep you warm. So I've just been preheating a pot, and we'll add a glug of extra virgin olive oil. Not too much, we just need enough to start frying off our veggies. So I have some onion, just one onion that I've chopped, and some carrot. I kind of want everything the same size. And I'll just give that a quick stir, just a coat in the oil. So I'll just turn that up a little bit more. While that starts to fry, I'm going to add a little bit of bacon. Now, I'm going to be using the bacon twice here, not only to flavour the soup, but I'm going to use this pan-sized bacon to also garnish the soup. So we've got crispy bacon on the top. Nothing beats lots of bacon in a soup. So I'm going to use 1 to 2 rashers right now. And what we do is just cut them into smaller pieces, fat and all, and roughly the same size as our vegetables. And this is going to impart a lovely smoky flavour to our soup. It's also going to season it a little bit too, so we don't need to add as much salt. So in with the bacon. And I like to add the bacon at this stage because it's going to render down and flavour all those vegetables. Okay, let's keep building on this soup. So just some classic flavours, celery, 1 stick of celery, cutting them into 3, straight down the ribs there. And we're just going to cut them into little squares. Celery imparts a beautiful sweetness to the soup. I always include a little bit of celery to the soup. Okay, we'll pop that in. And 2 cloves of garlic. The garlic we're just going to bruise and roughly chop. And by the time this cooks down, all of that garlic will become quite soft and fragrant. Okay, in with that. Now, I don't need too much colour on these vegetables because they are going to cook long and slow in some stock. A few other things, a bay leaf can go in and some barley. It doesn't look like much. This is just some pearl barley, 1/4 cup, but it really does swell up as it cooks in the soup. So we'll just sprinkle that in. Coat that in the bacon fat and all of the vegetables. 1 zucchini, this is just to bulk it out a bit. And we'll just cut it into 3 and then again into cubes. Now, of course, vegetables are always interchangeable. This is a soup I love to do when I've got loads of excess vegetables, trying to work out what to do with them. Pop them in a soup like this, bring them back alive. So if you've got other vegetables like sweet potato, pumpkin could also work, parsnip, celeriac, by all means, the more veggies, the better, just to get that into this lovely, wholesome soup. Okay, zucchini in, a small pinch of salt, and some pepper, and then we'll coat everything together. I'm using a large pot here because it will swell up a lot with all of that pearl barley in there. All right, I'm happy with the base of that soup. So in with the stock, chicken stock. We want about 1 litre of chicken stock, and I'm going to cover the rest of it with water. There's no need to add loads of stock to this, just a little bit will go a long way. So 1 litre of stock, and the rest of it will cover with about 700 mils of water. Fantastic. This is now going to come up to the boil, and then I'll just turn it down to a simmer, lid goes on, and that cooks for about 20 to 30 minutes or until that pearl barley is nice and soft. In the meantime, I'm going to cook the bacon. It's called pan-sized bacon for a reason. It fits perfectly in a large pan. I'm just going to cook this off until it's golden and crisp. All right, let's check out this soup. Ooh, it smells fantastic. We're just going to turn the heat down and let's just have a look if that pearl barley is cooked. See how it's swirled up just like that? That's what we're after. Now, while it's just simmering here, we want to add a few more ingredients. I always leave some peas to the last minute. These are just frozen baby peas. I've just defrosted them, and we just want to warm them up because I want to keep that beautiful, fresh, vibrant colour. I'll also add some herbs here. I have some dill and some parsley. Love that combination. So I'm just going to roughly chop about half of this and scrunch it up, and again, just run your knife through it a few times. Dill is so underrated. We always associate it with salmon or with Greek food, but it's fantastic to add to soups like this. It really freshens the whole thing up. So in with our herbs. And I've just turned the heat off now because all we're doing is just warming those peas up and wilting those herbs ever so gently. All right, to plate this up, a nice generous ladleful. This is not a soup served as an entree. It's hearty, so it's a main dish. And I like a good portioning here of the soup, so the actual broth, to the vegetables and the bacon. Fantastic, look at those colours. Don't forget about that extra bacon. We've got bacon in the soup, but I want that little crispy finish. So we'll grab one of these pieces of bacon and then just roughly chop it, just like little bacon chippies here. Really roughly, and we'll sprinkle that over the top. A final little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. And that is a gorgeous, hearty soup, delicious just like this. I tell you what, there's lots left over. So if you freeze that or pop it in the fridge, it'll taste even better the next day.